Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of I'll Call You Right Back podcast with me, your host. My name is Chad Medved. This is my show. Appreciate you being here as usual. We got some stuff to attend to this intro. We got some stuff to talk about this week, so bear with me as I go over some current events. Very exciting things happening, and I'm excited for the future. I've been manifesting things. You know, I'm a one-man show. I do this shit solo. And I have been manifesting things. I got things on the horizon. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for the podcast. And I'm just thankful for audience. I'm thankful for the people that listen to this. I'm thankful for the people that are interested in what I'm doing with the podcast. And I'm just, it gets me excited. It keeps me going. This is what keeps me going. I'm doing this shit unsupported. Like, this is free. I got no sponsors. Listen, I'm out there looking for the right partner. I'll put it out there right now. If you want a partner and you want someone that's going to, champion your name, slide in the DMs. Let's talk about it. I'm looking for a good partner, not no flake. I'm looking for a good partner that wants to work and that wants to do some good stuff because I got a good service. I got a good thing going on right now. Let me tell you, I got a good thing going, and I feel like I'm right there. It's about to pop off, and I'm excited about it. So get in on the ground level, because once I take off, you're going to wish you have, baby. If you want to support the show, if you want to keep me going, if you want to keep, if you want to keep this engine chugging along, there's a couple ways you could support the show, all right? There's a free way. All right. The free way is obviously, the easiest way. You could share the podcast. Any social media you have, share it out there. Spread the word. If you want to give me a rating and a review, I would appreciate it so much. 5 stars. You know what I mean? If it's anything less, just forego it. That's all I'm asking. But 5-star reviews, if you want to slide me one of them, that is much appreciated. That's the free way to do it. Share it to someone that you love. If you want to go one step beyond that, if you want to support this show monetarily, I have a Patreon account. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a monthly subscription. You sign up for it. $5 goes out of your account and it goes into my coin pouch as a thank you for the service that I'm providing with the podcast. This is hours and hours beyond my full-time job. And this is a passion project currently. Obviously I want to quit my full-time job to do this shit 100% of my time. Can you imagine the progress and the growth and the scale that I would be able to accomplish if I was able to hone in 40 extra hours a week on the podcast? For the past 5.5 years, I think I've been ripping, to be honest. I got to say, I think I've been ripping. It's not being cocky. It's not being with an inflated ego, but I just really think I'm doing something that no one else in the city is doing. My whole purpose of starting this show is to provide a platform for the people behind the brands that we love. You know what I mean? If you're looking for the people, let's say you love Dianoia's. You want to learn about how Dianoia's opened. I talked to the guy from Dianoia's. If you want to learn about what it's like to be an announcer for the Pittsburgh Penguins, I talked to that guy. You want to know what it's like to be a attorney? I got Edgar Snyder on here. These are stories from the real people. You know what I mean? These are just real people, and who's better to tell their story than the people that have actually went through it all? And I think I'm doing a good job. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what I'm doing. And I know there's people out there that want to support it. That's a way you could do it. Another thing that I wanted to promote, another way you could support the show. Sometimes I throw live events. You've heard about them on here before. If you're new here, I throw events, random things. You know what I mean? A couple months ago, I threw an event with a guy around the city named Odd Pittsburgh. His name's John Shalkowski, but more people know him as Odd Pittsburgh. He is just a guy who is a local historian that is unlike anyone you ever meet in your life. You could go back and you could listen to our episodes and you will know exactly what I mean. But me and him get along so well, we decided to create a live event that highlighted the innovations of the city of Pittsburgh. We had it done at Bottle Rocket Social Hall up in Allentown a few months back. It was a hell of a good time. We almost sold out the building. It was a PowerPoint presentation with visual aids. We had videos. We had proof. That's what it is, really. It's proof. We had visual aids that were proof behind the stories that we were talking about. And it was an incredible show. And it went so well that we are throwing another one. July 22nd, back up at Bottle Rocket, me and John Chalkowski from Odd Pittsburgh are throwing our second live event called Pittsburgh Someplace Special. And we are going to be talking about everything that you love to do in the summer in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a hell of a good time. Bottle Rocket Social Hall is an incredible venue. If you've never been there, I would urge you to, just go check it out. www.bottlerocketpgh.com. Go down the shows tab. You could scroll down. It's a $10 ticket with a little processing fee. Nothing crazy, but it's a $10 show. Saturday night, 8 p.m., $10 show. Think of it as a PowerPoint presentation ran by two guys who are very passionate about what they do, who are fun, who are comedic, who get along well. And think about them doing a PowerPoint presentation about something that they want to talk about. You know what I mean? It's a fun time. I'm telling you right now, we got good stuff to talk about. And if you came to the first show, this one is going to be completely different. There's going to be different visual aids, different videos, different subject matter. So I hope to see yous there. I really do. $10, bottlerocketpgh.com. Under the shows tab, you could grab a ticket. Simple as that. We're out here doing stuff. You know what I mean? We're out here doing stuff. And to speak on that, I'll Call You Right Back has been nominated for Pittsburgh City Paper's Best of competition for Best Podcast, obviously. But Pittsburgh City Paper does this bogus competition every year. I don't pay no mind of it, really. But I'm out there, and let me tell you, if my name's on the ballot, I want to win it, obviously. So if you want to vote for me, another way to support, www.pittsburghcitypaper.com. Go to the Best of competition. You could scroll down to the categories. It's people and places, and then under that, you'll see Best Podcast. I'll Call You Right Back is there. If you want to vote for me, it's much appreciated. But I will quit promoting you. I'll quit selling you. And the reason that everyone is here this week we sit down with an anonymous guest. And if you do not know, the Pittsburgh Scanner is a service that has been created in Pittsburgh that has kind of been just like on fire lately, to be honest. If you have Twitter, at PGH_scanner. This is a guy who started in his basement listening to a handheld police scanner and just tweeting out what comes across the airwaves. It kind of caught on, and it slowly started to build, and then all of a sudden it just, went nuts. It's up to 25,000 followers, and he built this account, just sitting in his basement. This guy's sitting there drinking Iron Cities in his basement, and he's just tweeting out funny shit that he's hearing on the police scanner. And as Pittsburgh is, they dogpile on any of the funny things that happen in the city. People got a hold of the Pittsburgh Scanner account. It started to catch, started to spread like wildfire, and now you see it everywhere. He did a 10,000 follower giveaway where he gave away a Three Rivers chair from the stadium. And he's just, he might be in contention for the biggest yinzer I've ever interviewed. But like I said, he's a little bit anonymous, wants to keep it anonymous. So I'm going to just refer to him as the Pittsburgh Scanner guy. But he runs this account along with another guy who helps him. So shout out to Mike. I'm sorry that I didn't invite you over whenever I talked to him. Next time we do this, you will be in the studio with us. We will do it with you. But shout out to you. Appreciate your hard work because I love what you do as well. But this week, I sit down with the Pittsburgh Scanner. We talk about, what life is like being a Twitter account that is, somewhat growing pretty crazy by just like tweeting out some police scanner stuff. We talk about what it's like, what kind of shit he's hearing. And we talk about, his life, what was he like growing up as a Pittsburgher? Like I said, he's in contention for one of the biggest yinzers I've ever interviewed. So it's a great conversation. I can assure you that. I'm going to quit talking your ear off because this is a long ass intro. He is also up for best Twitter account in the city. Go to the Pittsburgh City Paper. You could vote for him at PGH_scanner. He's also on Instagram. Just started an Instagram. Go follow him at PGH Scanner and, just follow along because it's entertaining. It is. It's very entertaining and it's a good account to follow as a Pittsburgher. So without further ado, episode 249 of I'll Call You Right Back podcast with the Pittsburgh Scanner.
Telephone.
Hello?
Telephone.
I'll call you right back. I'll call you right back.
I'll call you right back podcast. That's funny. How does that even work though? Does she like?
She recorded it all.
She's from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, she was in Greenfield.
You met her somewhere?
Yeah, I met her down the waterfront.
And where'd you talk at?
The Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How long?
40 minutes.
Really?
Maybe.
She was asking a bunch of questions?
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know how well I was answering the questions that she was asking. So I don't know what the hell she's gonna write. We'll find out. She said they'll send me a thing like with fact checks, for it.
Yeah, and you could like put them on. You'll get the full thing of it.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I mean, you think it went well?
Yeah. I mean,
is that the first time you did something like that?
Yeah. I've never been interviewed ever for anything, Nothing positive. I've been, some incident reviews or, but
had to do some corporate shit. This is going to be a good one. It's long awaited. I'm excited about this.
Me too. Nice.
You like that? Little Sally Wiggin. Nice. I keep that on that table just as a, just like a watchman. But big moment. That's a big moment as
Absolutely.
a Pittsburgher's life.
Absolutely.
So you grew up around here?
Yeah.
Pittsburgher through and through?
Uh-huh. Yep.
What kind of, what was your family like? Like blue collar?
Yeah. My dad, he was.
Same, like what you would think?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I that's the same way my dad was, typical definition.
That's all.
Yinzer type guy,
Yep.
Just doing some shit, in the garage, wrenching, taking me to flea markets. And
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah. Flea markets.
That's great. So I'm curious because, this is really up to you if you want to do the anonymous shit or not, but you'd technically be the first anonymous guest. And, I think that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
It's up to you. We could work that out if you want to, but, I think that's pretty funny. You're about to be episode 250 or 249.
Okay.
Maybe I'll make you 250.
Oh, all right.
Round it off with a special,
All right.
but, I love a little wonder, are you a podcast listener?
Yeah, I listen when I get the chance. If I'm in a car for more than an hour, I'll put one on.
Yeah, see, shit like this it's intriguing to me as a listener of someone's show. If there's people that I listen to, I'm a big fan of Mark Maron. Okay. If he was I got anonymous guests, 100% I'd be listening to it.
All right,
it would be interesting. But to preface all this, every time I interview someone, I ask them what they want to drink. That was something that I did in the beginning. So I kind of drifted away from it the last probably year, but special guest, you're going to get the full effect. And we talk about it, but originally it would derail the conversation. That's kind of why I drifted away, but
I got you.
yours was worthy of this. So, I used to start every podcast with an intro segment called What's in the Cup. So I asked this man, I said, what could I get you for a drink? And you said, I like Iron City. All right. And then I send you a message. You said, you got them Iron Cities? I send you a video message with 4 chilled Iron City bottles in the studio fridge. And you replied to me, and I quote, pull them bad boys out. I like them room temp.
Yep.
And then I said, because I thought you were fucking with me. I was like, is that real? And you said, yeah, man, warm cans. That's usually what I drink.
That's it.
And I think that there's nothing more Pittsburgh that I've ever heard than that. And where's that come from? Why do you prefer warm beer?
I don't know. I had a fridge in my basement that I used to use for fishing bait and beer. And then it started getting filled. I got a Costco membership and started to get filled up with food and everything. So the worms and the beer took a back seat to the baby milk and the yogurt. So it's been years now. I just don't put my beer in the fridge no more.
Just adapted to
just
it.
Basement floor. That's where it goes.
I love that. I think that's great. Yeah. Now Iron City, that's your preferred beer?
Yeah. Iron City or Straub.
Love
Straub lager. Yeah.
I love it. Now, I think that, in hindsight, you drinking beer warmer is actually better because I've talked to, chefs and cheesemongers and all this stuff. And realistically, you're supposed to eat cheese at a room temp. It really lets all the flavor bloom.
Oh, no shit.
And, you might be onto some shit.
I see, I'm on to something.
Yeah, you're on some shit. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. Making shit easy. Okay. So you grew up around here, what was your childhood like? What were you into?
Normal
Stuff?
Yeah.
Played sports?
Yeah, played baseball, played hockey until I was like 12. And then it was either, like I was getting changed. I was leaving baseball games. And on the way to the deck, I played deck hockey. So on the way to deck, I'd be putting hockey equipment on.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12-year-old kid, that was no fun. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing one or the other.
Yeah.
And I stuck with baseball. And that's it. I only played till I was like 16.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Now, coming through school, like what kind of things are you into besides baseball? Like, are you a movie guy? Are you a music guy? I know you said you like fishing. I feel like we got to preface this.
Yeah, we fished. Me and my buddies, we fished. We played baseball. We all, as far as movies, nothing really. Music, of course, I listen to music.
Yeah.
But hobby-wise, it was just fishing. That's really, we fished. I think we goofed around. We did.
Yeah, same shit that high school kids do.
Yeah.
Now, I also feel like that it's important for our origin story of this happening, what's happening right now. I want to explain. I usually tell people how I came across them. Now, you being the Pittsburgh Scanner, I have a Twitter. Obviously, I see it fucking blowing up. Random people retweeting it. Mikey and Bob, fucking, anyone you could think of. A lot of the people that I follow, I just see it popping up. So I click on it and I follow it. And then I'm following for about a month and I'm seeing what's going on in there. And I'm just like, this is, it's awesome. This service you're providing is awesome. And I, as being the journalist I am, I reach out and I send you a tweet. And I almost didn't want to tweet at you because I didn't want people to see that I was reaching out, because there's some other podcasts around here might be reaching out, and I tweet at you, and then your wife and my wife know each other. And she says, did he not know that this is him that runs this account? And it kind of fucking blew my mind.
Yeah, we were sitting on the couch again. I showed her. I was like, does he not know? It's me. She said, I guess not.
Well, how would anyone know it's you?
No one knows. I
come up on that mic a little bit, please.
Yeah, I think maybe not under 10 of my close friends know I do this.
Well, where does this come from? Like, what makes you want to start doing this?
I don't know. There was one thing. Well, I've listened before I started this account, and
the police scanner.
Yeah.
Now, what makes you just want to listen to that? You just interested? Yeah, entertainment.
Yeah, that's all. I'm not a big TV guy. I don't watch TV, and I'm always moving around. If I got that playing in the background, I can do whatever I want to do and still have that. Something interesting comes on, I can let's do it. It's like I said, I think it's better than TV. And a lot of guys who listen to it will agree with me. There's definitely a lot of entertainment on there.
Yeah. What kind of equipment you use? Just
a little handheld. Looks like one of those old cell phones right there.
Yeah.
That's all.
There, a Patreon subscriber asked, they were like, can a layperson buy a police scanner? And
absolutely.
I'm pretty sure, you're not behind lock and key.
No. Amazon has them for $75.
Get them on your phone even, police scanner channels.
Yeah, you can stream it. They have that streaming service.
Now, I think it's interesting because you just start doing this and you're listening to stuff. And, what makes you want to start a social media account?
I noticed a couple other big cities had them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not uncommon, and there was one that I heard before I started the account, and I was like, man, I think people will get a kick out of this shit. Some lady supposedly seen someone parachuting over downtown, and she called the cops to have them check for a plane crash in the area. And I was like, what the fuck are you? Are you serious, lady? You think that's why that guy's parachuting because his plane crashed?
He ejected.
Yeah, he ejected. There's a fighter, But I was like, and I kept listening. This stuff is there's some good stuff on here.
So. When does that happen? Do you remember when? 2020?
No, it was before that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like I said, it was before. I started the account in 2020, and it was before that. Not much longer before, but it was definitely before.
Yeah, but that was the first one that you remember that's this is crazy.
Yeah, people got it, So I think I put that on my personal Twitter, and I was like, man, I should just do this whole thing. And I think my wife talked to me, was like, yeah, you should do it. Yeah, that's you should do that. And I was like, all right, well.
It's a good idea. I mean, it's
because there is a couple out there that cover the area, like Allegheny County and
the similar type of accounts.
Yeah, there's a couple of them out there, but I feel like the one that I found first, it was real professional.
Yeah,
it was a lot of abbreviations. And
refined.
Yeah, it was real, cut and dry. And I was like, this ain't fun to read. There's a lot this guy he was all business. He's still operating. He's all business. It's serious. It's accidents.
It had no flavor in it.
No flavor.
No flavor at all.
I was like, this could be a little better, so I started it, and
it got to be some level of like authentic and like kind of raw. Like, not everyone wants to, I don't want a refined thing.
I don't want to, be all these abbreviations that no one's going to understand.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want someone to have to go Google what does these 3 letters mean together. That's
like fun. I love that. And I think that that's what appeals to like the majority of, the city. I mean, as you run this account and as you interact with some of these people when they send you messages, what do you think people's perception is of who you are?
I don't know.
I mean, like, because mine was like, you're a weird old guy sitting in a basement or just like sitting in your living room, like doing a crossword puzzle. But I was like, an old guy can't really like be this like hip on the lingo and like keen to social media.
I'm sure a lot of people have the same idea you did.
Yeah,
you know
right.
What I mean? That's understandable.
Yeah, understandable a little bit. But okay, so you start this account and like what qualifies you to make a tweet? Just shit that you get a kick out of?
Yeah, pretty much. Stuff that people obviously are the weird, the wild, that crazy shit that goes on.
Yeah, off the wall.
Yep. But I also like to try to keep it also like a little bit useful. If I hear like a power lines are down or a big accident somewhere.
Yeah.
A house fire, I'll put that out because people wonder like, well, what's going on over here? I'll get a tweet like, what's going on in Shady Side? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of times it's just stuff that.
And let's just clarify this. Like, how often are you listening to this? Because like, I think that was one of the first things that I asked you whenever, we went out to dinner. I was like, how often are you doing this?
Well, I try to do it every day for a little bit. Before, when I first started this, I was working shifts. So I'd work 1 week, all afternoons, 3 to 11, 1 week, all midnight shift. The next week would be all daylights. And I would switch every week. So it'd be nothing. And I was a machine operator. So I'd be alone in my cab and I would have it streaming on my phone.
Yeah.
And that was nice because I could really cover, I'd be listening all night because it kept me,
Yeah, you're just something.
I was sitting there,
something
to do, because it gets boring. Anybody who works midnights know that, come 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you start dragging.
Yeah.
But with that going on, and I had like a
little bit of entertainment and outlet.
And I had something and I had an outlet, and I get to put it on there.
Yeah.
And see. But that's when I started it. I was listening a lot, more because I had no kids. Well, I had my son was born in October. I'm sorry, September. Oh, my wife's gonna kill me. September 29th, he was born, and I started in November. But he was young, so it was easy to still listen. But now I have 2, and the household gets crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
So usually I don't turn it on until they go to bed. So like 7:30 until I fall asleep around 10:30.
Yeah. Now, like, this is a service you provide, at an extra, this is just your spare time,
Right,
you're a real person, got a full-time job, whole family, whole
wife
thing,
and kids, dog.
And I feel like that is like, important to highlight, you're not just like a bachelor that's just sitting in a basement. You're a functioning human being.
Yeah. I definitely don't, no more 24-hour coverage, so
now,
I do when I can.
While you're doing this and you start this out, do you start following people? Because I see now you only follow like 36 people and it's random. Like the people that you follow are just random. I see that like Matt Light,
Oh yeah. I seen him in a comedy show and
he's and it makes sense. Like I was like, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I see the people that follow you. Now you're ripping. Now, whenever you start, like, how do you even like gain any traction?
I was just tweeting and then it happened. I don't know. It was like maybe a couple big incidents where the right person retweets it and then.
But like who even like, without you following people, you follow 30 people, but like without you following people, like how do people even find out about your account?
You know what I did when I first started it? I made a Reddit post.
Oh, okay.
I told them like, I'm going to start it. If you're on Twitter, follow me.
Yeah.
And that got me like 100 real quick.
Yeah.
And after that, it was just
that makes
piece
sense.
by piece.
Yeah, there's a foundation to start.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm doing. I'm unpacking shit here.
Now,
I think it's funny because like now, you said you started in 2020 and we're in, 3 years later, you're at like almost 25,000 followers.
I think we got 1,000 followers today.
That's fucking insane, like, and it's understandable, but like, when does this like start to ramp up? Because if you got them first 100 in the beginning, when does it start to like, ramp up where you're like, holy shit, this is kind of something?
We got a lot that past weekend. It was a couple weekends ago, I think, where we had all that crazy shit going on, like on a Saturday and Sunday morning early with.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
Yeah, like, the guys jumping off, you run from the cops, jumping in the river and all that wild shit's going on. And that was a big one, that whole weekend.
What was it before that? Like, how many followers do you think before that? Wasn't it like 15,000 maybe?
Well, I got, let's see, I think I asked that about that seat I gave away. It was 10,000. I would get 10,000 followers and I'd give that seat away.
Oh yeah.
That was a thing.
You said you were 8,000 followers late
because it happened quickly.
Yep.
And I was like, and I was online trying to, me and the guy that I work with on there, we were trying to figure out how to give it away, like make it legit, totally random. No.
And that seat was from Three Rivers?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
Guy I work with. Yep. He had 4 of them together. He sliced one off the end and I was like, I'm going to use it, and then the kids come and then it goes in the basement. I'm like, get this thing out of here. I don't want it, So
yeah. What a perfect thing to give away.
I thought it was great and people liked it. So
hell yeah, people love it. So, 10,000 and then you had 18,000. Do you remember like the first couple tweets that like kind of like pop off where you're getting a lot of retweets and stuff?
That one, but it was kind of a messed up incident. It was
well, I'm going to definitely talk about, we have to talk about that because like, obviously like, we'll talk about it now, but like the stuff that you tweet, like yesterday, you said 2 construction workers are fighting each other with hammers or tire irons. And you said, and if it matters to anyone, they pronounced it tire irons, like real Pittsburghers. Right. And that's what we were talking about other accounts, what separates you and them. But, like you make these tweets and you make light of some of these situations, but you're still getting across information. But like whenever there's some fucked up shit that happens, like, the poor soul who, jumped off the building, a week or 2 ago. I know it's like kind of, it's super dark and it's grim, but like, you're a police scanner.
That's what's going on.
That's what's going on.
Like we don't do, the suicides that do get put out there are like very, I guess I want to say impactful. Like the guy on the Fort Pitt Bridge, it was big.
Yeah.
That's a big road going in the city.
Yeah.
Shut down. People were wondering what's going on. And that's what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I had people tweet. They were tweeting pictures from what's the restaurants up there, the fancy ones up on the hill.
Yeah, I know
you know what I'm talking about. But they were sending pictures of everything, and that's
Monterey
cool.
Bay and shit.
Yeah, all that fancy stuff.
Yeah, see, it's interesting because, like, as a follower, and I think about these questions, like, as a follower, and it's like, I like, obviously, to see the funny ass shit. Someone's tattooing someone outside of, like, the courtroom or courthouse or whatever. Like, that's crazy. But, like, whenever there is serious shit, like, I feel like it's almost like your duty to, like, cover some of these things. And like, whenever I say it's your duty, like that don't mean nothing. That's just my opinion. But like, it's interesting to hear your thoughts about like, the fucked up shit that happens because realistically there's a lot of it. Yeah. And it's like things that should be highlighted, I guess. But now while you're doing this in the beginning, like, what are your goals for this? Like, do you think that you're going to like start popping off?
No, I never thought it'd be, I was expecting 500.
Yeah.
When I got to 500, I was like, it's going to stop. It's going to die down. And then I'm going to quit in a week. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But no, as far as like the serious stuff that happens, I'm going to, as I look at it for me, if I want to know what was going on in my neighborhood. Yeah. If someone was shooting down the street and I had no way of finding out, I would want to, if someone knew, I want them to tell me.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Just like you ask a neighbor, hey, what was going on down there? Or what happened? So and so. Yeah. They're going to tell you.
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? That's all it is.
But I understand why that, like, you obviously would want to keep it more light.
Yeah, you got to try to balance it out. It's not all.
Now, while you're doing this in the beginning, like, do you have like these thoughts on like, I'm going to just do like some, goofy shit, like whatever goofy shit's happening. Like, do you have something in the beginning where it starts to gain some traction where you have to like kind of reevaluate how you're doing this?
When I first started, it was always going to be a mix. Yeah. You know what I mean? I wanted to have the water main breaks and the traffic problems, or, if something was happening that I knew about was causing a big traffic jam. And then I also did want to have the silly shit.
Yeah.
you know, because I think that's important. Because like I said, that if I didn't have that, I'd be just like everyone else.
Yeah,
who had them.
That's a good point. Yeah, and I mean, that's what gets people. That's what gets the people
right.
Wants to hear it. You know what I mean? That's what wants to hear it. Now, I mean, like your idea from the beginning was you just weren't going to tell anyone about this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I just wasn't going to tell anybody. My wife knew. You know, that's it.
What'd she think about it?
She encouraged it. You know, she encouraged it. Yeah.
Something to do.
Keep me busy.
Yeah, keep you busy.
Keep me busy where I wasn't tied down. You know what I mean? So, you know, because it was something I could do while I was still helping out with the kids. You know, I could.
Yeah, you're not like building models where you got to like be locked down somewhere.
Yeah, I had to quit building models too.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I scour your personal Instagram and like I see that like, you know, you're into like refurbishing like axes and like, you know, all that stuff. So
old tools, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's cool to like, you know, it's cool to like, you know, kind of interweave all this stuff with like what you're doing now, because it's like an interesting hobby. You know, it's an interesting hobby that like you kind of just, you know, put some effort into and then shit just starts pouring in. It's like I told you before when we were at dinner, like you got to start making merch. I hope people that are listening to this just start tweeting at you to like make merch, because you need to start doing it.
Yeah, I was kicking an idea around.
You got to kick some ideas around with this. Now, what's your process as far as, you know, people like replying to you and like your DMs and all that stuff, you know, like, does that start like taking off at one point where you're just like, you know, overwhelmed?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, we try to, I keep saying it, but I'm going to mention this now.
Yeah.
I do have a couple months, it was 2 or 3 months ago. I was getting ready to quit. I was getting ready to stop it all because like I said, that my daughter, it was just too much.
Yeah.
So I was like, I probably shouldn't stop. And then a gentleman on there, he would send me a couple messages here and there telling me about stuff that was going on. And I could tell he was also listening to the scanner. I was like, hey man, you want to give me a hand? You know, you want to help me out with this? Just listen when you can. I can make a password up for you. And then you just go on there, shoot them out.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. So he's been doing a lot.
For the last couple months.
Oh yeah. I think like two, maybe 3 months. He's been on there. Or we switch. And sometimes I'll have one loaded, ready to go. And I see he already got it out. I'm like, damn. You know, I saw some message like, you know, good job. Thanks. I was getting ready to send the same one out. But yeah, there's 2 of us on there. I mean, we'll respond to stuff like legit questions. You know, a lot of times there's, you know, I'll have some assholes on there.
That's what I imagine, that like that there's like yinzers that are like, yo, did you hear about this down there?
Yeah. I mean, we'll get those. And I got a message the other day. Someone, did you hear the cops coming to my party? I'm like, I didn't hear that. You know what I mean? Sorry. But you know, we get a lot of scanner questions.
Yeah.
They come in like, what do you guys use and all this? And we send them links to buy one, or we tell them what we have, you know, because neither of us have expensive stuff. This is all $150 equipment we have, and that's it. You know, that's all you need.
And a phone.
That's in a phone, you know.
I think that I don't know. It's just kind of mind blowing, because it's like, you know, it's just such like a side thing to you, but it's like, this could like become something that you're going to like, you know, try to like keep trying to grow a little bit bigger.
I mean, I don't know. I think that if we just keep doing what we're doing, I don't know what else, honestly, for a Twitter account that's listening to Police Scanner, I don't know what else we can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll just keep at it and see what happens.
Yeah. Keep at it and see what happens. Now,
I mean,
what was like the first, what was like the first, like couple big accounts that like follow you?
Reporters.
Yeah.
A couple reporters.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
I see you got people like, you know, now if you look through, it's scattered with like, you know, some names.
Now you can't tell who's a celebrity and who's just a guy who pays $9 a month or whatever the hell it is.
100%.
You know what I mean? So, but before it was, I'd always get excited. We know it. Someone verified who is this, you know. But yeah, it was I can't tell you off the top of my head, but it was definitely some news reporters.
I see Mark Madden follows you.
Does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mark Madden, some Bob Pompiani was in there.
Like I said, there's so many. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, you know, or pompous, but it's like there's so many that
come in.
Like I said, I think we got 1,000 today. I can't go through that list and see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of surprised.
Years ago, I could do that no problem.
Yeah. Because if you get 10 a day, but like, if there's 1,000, it's too much.
Yep.
But yeah, I saw Mark Madden, Bob Pompiani. I saw Pittsburgh Dad, wild shit like that. And it's interesting because it's interesting to see the accounts and the people that engage with it and like, retweet stuff. And I'll just see random shit pop up where it's like, I don't know who put it, but it said, this is the best service that Pittsburgh has to offer. And, that type of shit is just like wild to me. It's cool.
It is because like I said, half time it's me, I'm washing bottles.
Yeah.
Or, I'm washing bottles or I'm changing a diaper, listening to the police scanner. And I'll tweet something out real quick. That's,
Do you, have you had any interaction with any of like the official like police accounts or anything?
Nope.
They don't ever
No, I never got a message from any of the police or nothing.
Do you think that is, it's probably not looked down upon, is it?
I don't know. I mean, all the like the real heavy shit I think they do, we can't listen to.
Yeah.
They have they're called encrypted channels, but we don't hear it.
What do you mean? Heavy? Oh, like if it's like a SWAT bust or something
like that, I
guess that makes sense.
Yeah. And even stuff like leading up to it, like they'll put out like an address and you can kind of tell what it's leading to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they got someone locked in a house, it won't come out. I can tell what's about to happen. So I won't put anything out. I will delay and like obscure.
Yeah.
Stuff like that because I don't want any fucking problems with the cops.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to put anybody.
Yeah. You ever see all the rappers are saying, don't drop the location.
No, you know what I mean? Like I said, we'll do streets, but rarely ever will I put a number.
Do you start to like, learn what the codes are? Like any of the police codes?
They do like a badge number where I can tell like which cops are where.
Yeah, but like whenever they say like, what's the code for like, we got a 1017 or whatever?
Pittsburgh, our cops don't use it that often.
Oh, really?
No.
What do they just like say what's going on?
Yeah. The dispatch will get a call and they'll call the cops and they'll call the police and dispatch over how many units. And you can tell what numbers the dispatcher says, what zone it is, and what the last two digits I think are the cop, like the actual or the car, something like that. But I can see, you can still tell.
Wow.
Yeah, but they don't like they have like a code. They have like a code 1, a 3, and a 4. Like a 4 is like everything's cool.
Yeah.
But I got code 1. Code 1's like it all has to do with like sirens and like their response and all that. Yeah. I know code 3 and 1 they still want more cops there, but code 4 is like they're good.
Huh.
You know what I mean? Like it's all right.
Do you start to like notice patterns?
Days of the week.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Obviously, you get Friday, Saturday, Sundays.
I guess that would make sense.
Yeah.
Like, is it pretty popping on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yes.
And I would assume it's just like it's a constant calls.
It's nonstop.
I think it's just wild because it's like, you're just sitting there and I can imagine you like washing dishes and like you just hear something that like piques your ears and you're like a dog and its ears fucking, go up.
I'll tell like,
now, do you ever like delay stuff like days? Like, stuff that's not like really time sensitive?
No, I'll wait and see like what, if they have it, if they get everything like settled down.
Yeah.
Or like I said, a lot of things, those big situations, I won't even hear the end of it.
Yeah. I think it's weird because the other day I saw you tweet about the guy tattooing.
That was Mike. Yeah, that was Mike, the other guy on the account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a tweet about that, but the day before I saw a Reddit post of someone tattooing in Pittsburgh. So I was like, that dude's just out there doing he's doing flash art. He's out there doing flash everyone, right. Dude. Meet him down at Jack's, and because I was like, that's interesting because I noticed that it was wild. Now, besides for all this stuff, what you do with the police scanner, what did you do out of high school? Like, what was like a career that you wanted to do?
Well, I wanted to be a welder. So, high school, I joined the Marine Corps, and then
where does that come from?
My whole family was basically the military.
Oh yeah, okay.
The male's my family. Yeah. So I did that, and it was free.
To join, I guess
it's free. You know what I mean? Free school, and then you get out and you get more free school. So
is that something that you thought about doing in high school that you wanted to do?
Yeah.
You always knew that you wanted to.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, it was what it was. I didn't want to go to school.
Yeah.
Any kind of like 4-year college or anything. I wasn't doing that shit.
Yeah.
So
you didn't have any of what you wanted to do, like a job. You never wanted to do a job. You were just going to go to the military.
Yeah, I was just going to go work.
Okay.
That's all. I did that for 4 years. I did that. I joined the Marine Corps to be a welder. And how the Marine Corps works is that they put you where they need you. So when I get there, they say, well, you're not a welder no more. You're going to go fix guns. So I did that for 4 years.
You fix guns?
Yeah, that's all.
Wow.
So that was...
I want to be a welder.
No, you're not doing that. Like, no, we don't need those. We need these.
Is that like a common practice?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
You could just select an elective, and if you got some room, we'll put you in there.
That's how they get you in the door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, you can do that. Nah.
So how long were you in there?
4 years, 4.5 years.
Why do you get out of it?
Because I wanted just to, you know what I mean? It was a lot.
Yeah.
Even though it was 4 years, it was a lot of bouncing around. I was single, but it was still a lot of bouncing around, moving. And I was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of the world. Then I got out and I went up going to a school down in North Carolina, a welding school.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I went to welding school there and I came home. Worked a couple welding jobs here.
That was still in your heart. You still wanted to be a welder.
Oh, yeah, you don't give up on your dreams. Yeah. It's a $15 an hour dreams. You don't give up on those.
So you go to school and you become a welder for a while?
Yeah, I come up here, I work a couple of jobs, and then I go and get in the mill. And then that was 10 years ago.
Now, I mean, like, like what kind of stuff do you do for fun besides this like scanner? Like, I mean, you're into baseball, you said?
Yeah, I'll listen to a baseball game. I don't watch them anymore because I don't have cable.
I think that's
cut the cord.
That's sick. Like that's some OG shit.
Yeah.
I talked to Josh Getzoff and he was like, I listen to the games. He says he still takes keeps
the book.
Yeah, keeps the book and everything. You do that type of shit.
I used to when I'd go to the games. I would keep the book, but then he stopped giving the programs out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't give you the programs no more. You got to buy them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of robbery is that?
Ridiculous.
Pirates.
Ridiculous.
Come on, pirates. That's interesting though. I mean, like,
I'll listen to Pirates. I like baseball, hockey and football. I'll watch
sports
if they get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as far as that goes, let's see, not really else. Like I said, I just putts, you know what I mean? And when you got a house and you got kids, there's always something to do. There's always something, that needs fixed. Even my wife will tell you that I'm good, quick. I'm just kidding. She won't tell you that. I take a long time.
I was just saying, I was like, I'm the complete opposite.
No.
Like, I got a light that's been out for quite a minute.
I got a long list. There's a long list of stuff that he's done, and it's always, So hobbies are definitely not a lot of time for those anymore.
Yeah,
for a little bit. But
now, what makes you keep wanting to do this? The Pittsburgh Scanner.
I don't know. Like I said, I was about to quit, and then
I mean, you were about to quit just because your time was scarce with a kid, and with 2 kids, so the time was scarce with that. But like, what keeps you coming back in? Just all the following, like a jump real quick like that.
Yeah, I think,
it gotta be
it's second wind.
Yeah, got to ride that wave.
You have to.
Now, what's your plans with it? Just keep on listening.
That's it. You got to just keep listening. I guess we'll keep listening and tweeting, and then
we got to get merch going. You got to get it going.
It'll come.
It got to happen.
Soon.
It's going to be, you just got to put it out there. And because Pittsburgh is just going to go after it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting a buzz now. You got to call it as it is. You're getting a buzz.
You got to get while it's hot too.
You got to get it while it's hot. Everyone's out here trying to get it. You got to get yours too,
Yes. Yes.
Now, do you guys think that you'll ever add another person? Like, do you think that you'll ever want to be able, because obviously with both of you, I'm sure that guy got a job too, your hours that you add to this, like, is this ever something that you think you would want to, try to be able to do like an all day thing where it's like a kind of current thing? Or do you want to stick to like quality over quantity?
Quality. Yeah. Cause I definitely don't want to,
no one gives a shit if someone's calling the police about a bike lane.
No. And that's the thing we hear a lot of that, and that gets old. Sometimes I'll listen for an hour and it'll be nothing but parking complaints.
Yeah.
Noise complaints. Silly stuff. And it's like, all right, no.
What's like the most off the wall? What's some off the wall shit that you heard that you were just like, is this real? Like the parachute thing.
The parachute thing, well, I know the first one that I think it really, like I said, this is when I first started. So I was kind of wandering all over the place with what I was putting out there. It was some kid who got high in West Mifflin Denny's parking lot. He said he can't feel his legs, and he called the cops on himself. And it was just silly. And I put that out there, and that got a lot of attention.
He called the cops on himself?
Yeah, he called the cops himself. He couldn't feel his legs. He was smoking weed in the Denny's parking lot.
Wow. That used to be the Denny's that I would frequent.
Yeah, right out there on Lebanon Church.
Right there, baby. You already know.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, though.
Yep.
Now, that would, I mean, and you can understand why things like that will catch on a little bit. Like, you know, it's just shit that people are like, it's typical. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, that one. Then that's when I was like, all right, well, I can't wander too far, because if I'm doing West Mifflin, then where's the stop?
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, only the city. That's it.
Oh yeah, that wasn't. I guess that's a good point. Yeah. So you just do the city limits.
Yep. Try to only do the city. I mean, if something comes into the city, like if there's like a chase or something, then
I guess
I'll
makes
put
sense.
it like, okay, well, it started in Homestead or started somewhere else, you know. Then I'll put it there. But I try to.
Got to limit yourself,
right? And that's what I'm not called the Pittsburgh and the surrounding boroughs scanner. It's just, you know, that's that, and that's hopefully that's what people, you know, expect. And
well, I feel like that's what the majority of it
right.
is. You know what I mean? Like that's where all the good shit happens down there.
Absolutely.
Now, you did do the top 10?
I did. Okay, yeah, this one here. The senior citizens was back in last June, to the day almost a year ago. The senior citizens movie night at the Carrick High Rise just got their second noise complaint of the night.
No way.
You know what I mean? So they were getting. I guess the people who weren't invited to the movie night, they were getting pissed and calling the cops on them on the unit, because they had to be. There was a high rise building.
That's the best.
Yep. What else we got here? Yeah, this solid Sarah Street. The kids are pissing in their flowers next door. Caught on camera. You know, got on the doorbell.
Unreal.
Called the cops on them. And then you got the guy who was in the East Liberty Home Depot. He was working a self-checkout line. He had the vest on and everything, and he didn't even work there. He was impersonating a Home Depot employee.
Was he just stealing shit?
I don't know. He was helping people check out. It's like, you know, that silly shit.
Dude, that's hilarious. Now, those were some of the best performing ones. Like that's what got a lot of the feedback and like, you know, retweet shit like that.
Yeah, well, that one with the guy in the wanted poster that had the
with
wanted,
the wanted shirt.
Yeah, that dumbass.
Yeah,
that was a big one. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
You're a numbers guy? Are you someone that like follows along with the analytics?
No, but the guy I work with, he always sends me like, oh, look at this, and then look at, you know what I mean? Look how many.
So you start to see it.
Yeah.
Now, the one that you were just talking about, this is one of the ones that I saw, and you could see like the analytics on the tweets of like, you know, what people are getting. Downtown Liberty Ave, PD recognized and detained a male with a warrant who is wearing a bright orange shirt that had "wanted" printed on it. Like
hey,
that's
you
crazy.
Know what I mean? That's a shit that people will see that stuff and be like,
that's fake.
There's no way.
Yeah, and now what? So. Wasn't there a controversy where you had to like explain yourself that people thought that you were making shit up?
Well, there was that one guy. I guess he was some reporter. I don't know. I can't even remember his name, but I guess he tweeted something and then deleted it and then I don't know if it called an apology, but it was, you know, something saying like, oh, these guys are legit. I mean, I didn't see his original tweet, so I don't know what we were accused of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would assume, you know, embellishing things.
Yeah. I mean, we don't.
But like, what's the reason to? You know?
I don't got time for it. I don't.
Yeah.
I got better things to do than
making fucking stories.
Fucking make up fantasies about this. You know what I mean?
I mean, and stuff like that is like, you know, writes itself. Content writes itself.
Yeah. But anybody who actually listens or spends any time, that you can listen to the Police Scanner for a week, and then you'll see that you ain't making this shit up. You ain't making it up. The kids hanging above the Page's Dairy Mart on the train tracks up there. You've been at Page's down there,
yeah.
Beck's Run. They were people waiting in line, hot summer day, getting an ice cream cone, and kids are on the train tracks. They're throwing firecrackers down the line.
No way.
You know what I mean?
That's
just some badass
crazy.
kids. You know?
Yeah, I mean, but that I feel like I got to start listening just to hear some nostalgic stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know, like that's it got to be. Tons. You know, back in the day,
especially the kids, they're out for school too.
Yeah, back in the day, you know, you were probably causing some of them scanner things
absolutely.
Right there. You know what I mean? Throwing eggs at houses. Remember the last time you threw an egg at a house? There's nothing better than that. Hearing it launch off a window, and then whenever it happens to you, you got to clean your own house off. You're like, you got to pay to play.
Yep, that's it.
Now, I mean, where do you think we should end up with the conversation? You know, like, I mean, I feel like I'm asking you with your goals, but like your goals are pretty simple. You know, you're just going to keep listening and keep putting shit out there.
That's all. Like I said, I don't really have any, never really had any plans to end up somewhere. And I guess this is.
Were you hesitant on coming on here?
Yeah.
For what reason?
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it weird to you that like, you know, something
It's weird that people are this interested in something that I'm doing.
Yeah.
As like, you know what I mean? Because it's not like, I feel like this is just some silly shit that I've been doing for years.
Yeah.
And I started putting it on Twitter.
You know what they call that? Authenticity.
Authenticity. Yeah.
This is authenticity.
It is. It's definitely authentic. Yes, it is.
You know, you do it for yourself, and then if shit catches on, and that's the most beautiful thing in the world. But
Yeah,
it's crazy that, like, you know, I mean, it got to be crazy because it's something that's like so simple as this.
Yep.
And you're one of the you were nominated for best Twitter account for the Pittsburgh City paper.
Right.
You know, we'll see. Honestly,
Do they have a party for that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah, just go to that. It'd be like, you better have some warm iron cities.
I'm gonna
there.
fucking go if I win or not.
Yeah, I mean, you should. You should. Now, before I asked you about this, you've heard about the podcast?
Yes.
How did you hear about this?
My wife told me. No, you know what? Actually, what happened was I heard about your podcast. I couldn't tell you where I heard it from.
Yeah.
But I seen you did an interview with your wife.
Yeah.
And I said, have you ever heard of so-and-so?
Yeah.
And she said, oh my God, yes. She's like one of the best. And I said, you should listen to this podcast. He has her on there. And it was, I'm telling you, this was, when did you do that podcast with her? It had to be over 2 years ago.
Yeah, a long time.
It was
ago.
a while.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I sent it to her.
Yeah, it's such a weird. I mean, it's just weird that you ended up being the Pittsburgh Scanner.
Yeah,
I'm glad I had an in. Now, are you getting approached by other people yet?
No.
I mean, you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to have to start being a podcaster.
I'm going to start saying no.
You're going to be like the crazy Italian guy on.
Oh man. No, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, there's not much, like, I don't know.
I'm surprised that, dude, there's limitless content here. You know, you're a limitless character yourself. You know what I mean? You know, having an old Three Rivers chair in the basement, you know, that's a perfect giveaway. You know, you can't really beat that.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're going to have to do something big for like 25,000 or 50,000.
The guy I'm working with on this, he suggested to actually give away a scanner. So that might be the next one.
Wow.
Yeah. Keep it on brand. So
yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yep.
You got to keep that going.
We'll see what's going on.
We'll see what's going on with it. You know, what are your hopes for the summer of Pittsburgh? You know, what do you like to do in the summer?
My neighbor got a new pool.
Yeah.
I might get invited a couple times. I get to swim in it.
Hell yeah.
What else?
My neighbor got a new pool.
I don't got a pool.
Yeah, that's the best.
Oh man, in summertime it's just nice. You don't get to, once this fucking smoke goes away, we'll get out of the house a little bit. You know, and boy loves it out in the front yard, backyard, runs around crazy.
Yeah.
Take him to the park, stuff like that. But that's more where my life is now, is just,
that's good.
you know,
That's good.
getting him out of the house, getting him doing stuff, you know, stuff that I like doing when I was, or, you know, what thought I would like to do when I was 3 years old.
Wholesome family
shit,
man.
Wholesome shit.
You're going to have to put together, you know, we're going to have to get you connected around here and get you going with some events.
I don't know.
You gotta be. You're gonna be like you're the man of the hour right now. I don't know of any other. I feel like you and the Pittsburgh personified Twitter got to go back and forth. It's got to figure something out.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I don't know, the guy or girl, whoever runs it.
She's a girl. I had her on here.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
yeah. It's interesting to hear about
because she was on. She's on Instagram too, and I know she'll screenshot my tweets and post them. And my buddy sends me, it's like, is this you? This is your one you run, right? The one guy in the middle who knows I do this, he follows her and he's like, oh my God, that's you, right? Oh, wow. Yeah. Yep.
That's cool. All right. I mean, you think I'm forgetting anything else?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what that lady was asking me. She asked me like what I pick, like what do I pick to put out? And we covered that. She asked if I get emotional, which the answer is no.
I feel like we kind of talked about that with like the serious tweets and everything.
Yeah. Like I won't do like ODs, suicides, like private, like if it's in a house and they find somebody like hanging there, I'm not going to put that out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it is someone's, all of these people are someone's sons, daughters, brothers, you know what I mean? And I don't want to exploit people, but do
you feel like it's exploiting?
And sometimes, you know, but at the same time, like I said, it just comes down to what would you want to know what was going on? If there was someone going through a psychiatric emergency on your street and he had a knife running around.
Yeah.
I would want to know about that.
Yeah.
You know, and I would think most people would agree with me.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. You know, like I said, I'm not trying to ever
just inform people.
That's all.
Being informative.
Yeah.
You know, just being informative. All right. Let me think. Let me take a second and think if I have any more questions. This usually doesn't happen, but I feel like I'll be remiss if I let you go without talking about this.
It's going on right now. He's working.
What'd you say?
Mike's going at it right now.
You got tweets popping off right now?
Some dude got a portage on fire. Westinghouse Park, there's a portage on fire.
Wait. Read the tweet that just popped out.
Someone sent back a picture of what's going on, and I love when my followers do this. They'll tweet a picture at me of like, you know,
what's happening?
Okay, I can see it. This guy's he's for real. Look what's happening right now, you know. But yeah, there's someone's somewhere in zone 4 just turned things off for the night. Yeah, police and fire are there for a portage on fire in a public park, Westinghouse Park. So there we go. So that's what's going on. It's Thursday night, yeah.
Thursday night, Thursday.
Like I said, you never know though, because like sometimes it's Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. Other times, like I said, the worst thing. This was obviously before this account started, was the tree light shooting. Like I heard that,
yeah,
and that was a Tuesday morning at 10:00.
That's a good point.
And they didn't have. I'm pretty sure they didn't have time to set up those encrypted channels.
Yeah.
But it was a lot, very fast, and I heard a lot more than
you would normally hear.
Yes, that was definitely the most. That was like the wildest shit I ever heard, was that going on, and yeah, it was fucking heavy.
Yeah,
sure.
That's heavy stuff.
Yes.
Now, whenever you're listening to all this stuff, and like it kind of is just like a constant, you know, stream of, I guess all levels of emotions. It's like, you know, how do you manage? Like, do you get emotional about this shit?
No. I mean, I try not to. I mean, obviously, like, you hear stuff about kids, and I mean, all that's, you know, there's that obviously is terrible to hear. Anyway, a lot of stuff is not, you know, no one wants to hear this stuff.
Well, that's what I mean. You're not hearing like, you know, it's not positive shit coming through the police scanner.
Yeah.
So it's basically just all negative shit.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, like I said, if there is like some good that's going on, it's because something bad already happened.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, there's bystanders putting a tourniquet on, or starting CPR, or trying to pull someone out of a car.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Or like maybe a cop will save an animal or some, you know, some wild shit. But that's, most of the time it's just.
You hear a lot of calls about animals?
Oh, yeah.
Deers being hit and shit like that?
Yeah, half dead deers. You know, the cops got to go put them down.
I've seen it probably 3 different times. Yeah. Whenever I remember 10 years old coming in from a football camp, saw a cop just shoot a deer in the head. I was like, that's wild.
My Little League field, it was during the day, and there was a sick raccoon in the bullpen. And they shot that fucker. Oh, can I say that? Yeah, they shot that fucker.
We would swear the whole time.
Yeah, they shot them right in the batting cages, man. The whole stands were full of kids, and people were screaming. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they shot them right in the bullpen.
You think there was an old guy listening to the police scanner at that time?
I'm sure someone was.
I bet you there was.
Yeah.
I feel like that there got to be some people out there that are just like listening all day. Yeah. Like, you think if you were retired, you would just listen all day?
Yeah, that's what my dad does. That's where I got it from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a police scanner guy?
Yeah, my old man, yep. He always got it going. He always had it. He'd be ironing his clothes, and it would be playing.
Oh, my God. Yeah. We didn't even talk about that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense why it's like kind of ingrained in you.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So what do your mom and dad think about this? Like what you're doing with this Twitter account?
I told them about it, and they, I think they both actually started a Twitter account just to follow it. They're supportive, you know, they're proud of me.
Is your mom a police scanner listener?
She just recently started to.
Started again?
Yeah, they're both retired now, so they both, she picked it up finally.
Do you have a lot of people that are asking you about, like, you know, scanners? Like, you know, you said you had people messaging you asking, what do you use?
Oh, yeah.
And someone asked me on the Patreon, what do you use? But do you have a lot of people asking what they are?
Yeah. You know, all the time.
It's interesting because I feel like that now this is an opportunity that people don't really have to, you know, see what this is, because like, how many people really listen to a police scanner?
Right.
So you don't really hear this wild shit. But the only reason that like people know about it is because someone is listening to it. So people are like, oh, I'm going to just put it on, and whatever I hear, what I hear.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's all.
As like someone that's trying to create something, you know, I know we were talking about exploiting things, but like, you know, I don't think it's exploiting, but like you need to get some merch. I'm going to just beat it in your head again. You definitely do. Okay. So let's get to the ending segment of the podcast. The ending segment is a segment that I do with everyone. It's called Desert Island Questions. All right, Desert Island Questions. Whenever I give each guest 3 categories to take with them on a desert island until they starve to death and die. First category, 3 movies. What are your 3 favorite movies of all time?
Top Gun.
First one?
First one.
What'd you think of the second one?
I didn't like it.
Really?
Nah.
Why?
Silly.
Yeah. Were you in the Navy, you said?
No, I was in
Marines.
Marine Corps. Yeah.
Marines. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I get it. It's all right.
That's okay.
The first Top Gun,
Yeah.
of course, Striking Distance.
Yeah.
That's in battle for first. Actually, those 2 are close.
Striking Distance is
That's why when I put that tweet out about them boats getting broke up,
I know,
and I put that picture on there, and that guy said something about it. They saying this isn't a serious account if he's putting pictures up like this, ridiculous pictures up like this. And he's one of the only trolls I call him, like one of the only people talking shit that I entertained, and it's because he was talking. That's striking distance, man.
Come on, Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Now,
respect. And the third one, I'd say either. Oh man, I'm a sucker for like '80s action movies.
Okay, yeah, like Terminator and shit like that.
I might say
Universal Soldier, shit like that.
Then I'm gonna go Striking Distance, Top Gun, and Roadhouse, dude.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Dude, Roadhouse, that's a good movie.
Dalton, let's go.
Dude.
What do you think about the remake?
Did it come out yet?
No. Did you hear about it?
I did hear about it.
Conor McGregor and Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, no, it's silly.
It's silly.
That's one thing about these movies now is all they're doing is remaking shit.
Yeah, they're just remaking shit.
I'm no film critic, believe me, I don't know.
Bro, neither am I, but I don't need 57 Spider-Mans.
Right.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let Star Wars go.
Right.
Let it go.
Yeah,
that's exploiting shit.
Yeah.
Exploit it, squeezing it to every drop. Now, you talked about like people that like troll you or whatever. Do you have like that sort of like feedback? Like do you have like negative feedback to this, or is it usually all positive?
I think if we do have negative feedback, like I said, there's always going to be some guys girls, followers who don't think what we're putting out there is legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it. Whatever. I don't care. Like I said, we defended ourselves a couple times now. And
Defended Bruce already?
That's done. I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah.
But updates, like what's going on with this. And I get it. You know what I mean?
Oh, people will say, what's going on with this?
We'll send a tweet out and, and I'm like, well, any updates on this? Any updates on this? And sometimes it's hard because like I said, if it's a busy day and you can be locked on one channel, like they have the 2 zones on each channel.
Yeah.
If you're listening to all 3 channels, you listen to.
Wait. Now I have to interject. What do you mean there's 3 channels?
There's 3 scanner channels. They have 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. What do they differ?
Channel 1 is zones 1 and 2. So
what are the zones?
You got downtown is 2. Downtown Oakland Hill District, like some of that stuff, that's all 2.
Okay.
North Side, North Shore, was up there. Perry.
Yeah.
All that stuff up there, that's all 1.
Okay.
Okay. And then you got 3 and 6, which is over this way. Like up by McKees Rocks, like Wind Gap, South Side.
Okay. Yeah.
Carrick, all those.
South Side Zone 3?
Yes.
Okay.
What's that over there? Sheridan?
Yeah.
Is that over by McKees Rocks?
Yeah, there's like Craft and all that.
Right. That's all zone 6 up there, I believe. Then you got 4 and 5, which is
what's that, like Bloomfield and like Garfield
5,
and all that?
Yeah, like Homewood, Lincoln Larmer,
okay.
And then Hazelwood.
So that would make sense.
Side.
They got 3 different channels to kind of like keep the volume in through.
For us, I mean, we're listening to all 6. And if it's a busy day,
because there's 2 for each channel.
2 for each channel.
Okay, so there's 6 total. So you have 6 different ones playing.
Well, I mean, there's 3, but they'll all be talking if whatever start talking. Yeah. So if
you got all 3 channels playing at one time,
they just rotate through.
Oh, so you don't have 3 different scanners with
no.
It's just whatever's coming through the scanner.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it now.
I mean, some like on on like a busy day, or if we're both able to sit down and listen to it, I'll get a hold of him and like I'll have him stay on one channel and I'll stay on the other. And that way it kind of will ease it out. But back to what I was saying about the updates, if we miss, say, I don't know, like a badge number, because that's how I try to, or I guess, I don't know if they're badge numbers or not. I don't know, I'm going to be speaking wrong here, but some number, when they dispatch whoever they go out, they call those numbers.
Yeah.
And if we miss them calling back in to say like what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
I feel like that updates is hard because like I mean, one thing happens and then it's just casted into a pool of a million things.
Yeah.
And it's like a constant flow.
There's a lot going on, you know, and
you're a human being.
We try to, it's never, it's real fluid. You know, shit's always changing. Like some stuff we put out, we will have to go back and immediately change it 3 minutes later because we heard it wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of stuff we won't even put out because I won't put out because if I didn't hear it, did I hear that right?
Yeah, you wanted to be 100% before you
try to every time. You know what I mean? We try to.
Yeah, I mean you're doing your due diligence.
It's hard
now,
but people want that. They want them updates, and
for sure,
I get it. And whenever we hear them, we put them out. You know what I mean?
Have you noticed that? Like, you ever notice? Because I watch a lot of cop videos on like Facebook and shit, just body cam videos, all that. You ever notice like how cops are just like real quick, like 412 on around, like real quick, like why do you think cops talk so? It's almost like the equivalent of a doctor's handwriting. It's like there's so much knowledge in it. It always looks like shit. It's like all these cops are just like 412 on around. It's like, how do you even understand what they say?
I think sometimes
come up on that mic, please.
Oh, I think you can definitely tell what. That's another thing that'll perk my ears up is a cop's voice.
Yeah.
Or a fireman's voice, or, you know, whoever is going on. You can hear in their voice the seriousness of the situation.
I guess that makes sense. That's interesting.
If
firemen come through on the police scanner too?
Yeah. I'll turn it on if there's an accident, I'll switch. I don't normally scan the fire department because they handle a lot of, I guess like medical calls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know how that works, and I don't even want to be saying this because I don't look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's something like that. But if I know there's a fire, I'll put them on and listen to see what's going on with that.
And you can get a little info on that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, as far as cops go, like you can hear in their voice if there's like the urgency in their voice.
Yeah.
You know, like if there's like a shots fired call, they're gonna be, they're gonna be sounding a little different than if it's another naked guy in a park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those guys are always sounding like, oh,
guys doing drugs and having sex in the park.
Yeah, like I know that guy. I dealt with him yesterday.
Oh my God, I got to start listening now. I'm probably just gonna have it going in my ear at work, listening to all the wild shit. Okay, second category that I ask everyone is usually books. Are you a reader?
Yeah, I actually do. I read more than I watched like TV before. Like
always been a reader?
No.
What made you read? Military? Being away?
Yeah.
I would assume so. Like you don't have a fucking TV sitting there. What if you had to pick 3 books, what would they be?
Oh, let's see. They're all, like I said, this is all.
It's all right.
All military. It's all Marine.
It's all right.
Of course, like a lot of guys my age, I feel like I seen one thing. You go either one way. You go start smoking meat, or you go roll into World War II history. And I went to World War II history side. So
start smoking meat, or go into world history.
It's like
Yeah.
So I see 3 books. Run Silent, Run Deep. That's a good one. It's a submarine book. I like that.
What's that about?
Just submarine crew. Just follow the submarine crew through.
Is it fiction or nonfiction?
It's fiction.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's one I guess I really like about the Battle of Tarawa. That's just called Tarawa.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just Marine Corps stuff.
That's all right.
That's all right. And then the other one is about I think it's called Frozen or Frozen Chosen, about the Marines that have chosen reservoir in Korea.
Okay.
So, like I said, real niche shit like that.
That's all right. You don't have to explain nothing about it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's part of your life. Now, third category, 3 CDs.
3 CDs.
This is one thing I have not even an inkling of what you would pick. I can't even guess.
Danzig 2. For sure. Danzig 2.
I feel like I couldn't guess, but as soon as you said that, I was like, of course.
I'm going to throw you some up. Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss, and then 3-6 Mafia. More Mystic Style is the first.
Danzig, Slayer, and 3-6 Mafia. Can't beat
Like I
that.
said, there's
baby.
more.
That's
You know,
all you
but-
need. That's all you need for the
Yeah, you
rest of
never
your
know
life.
what's gonna come on. So.
You never know what's going to come on. Okay, that's good. Third to last question is something called the death row meal. You get a last meal before you're put to death. You get an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. What would they be?
Appetizer, gas station nachos, no chili,
Which gas station?
whichever one. I think they all have the same nachos now.
That's a
you
good
know what
point.
I mean?
Yeah.
2 bags, 1 bag. I'll put 1 bag down, then I put more cheese on it, then I put the other bag with more cheese. Layer it,
I don't
gas
think I've
station
ever
nachos.
had. I don't think I've ever had a gas station
Man,
nachos.
you ain't living, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I said if I ever get in a head-on crash and they find in the rubble gas station nachos, I died a happy
Yeah,
man.
you went
dude.
out happy.
You know what I mean? Let's see. Entree, man. Ring bologna. You ever have ring bologna?
Ring bologna?
You ever have that?
No.
Yeah, ring bologna, mac and cheese with white bread.
What is ring bologna?
It's exactly what it is. It's a big ring of bologna. You just boil it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Never
and then
had that.
Kraft mac and cheese and white bread. That's the shit I grew up on. We had it.
Okay.
A lot. Me and my old man used to eat that.
So is this strictly a nostalgia choice for you?
Yeah, but I still eat it when I get a chance.
Okay,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Or if she ain't home, I'll cook it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
First, okay, so just a sidebar. The first time I met this man and we're talking about food, it gets brought up that he eats raw meat sandwiches.
Yeah, I'll enjoy raw meat on a slice of bread.
That's what I mean.
Some
Like
onions.
cut from a different cloth. Raw meat and some onions. And I swear to God that I see it more and more on Instagram now.
That's because you talked about it.
I think it is.
Fucking listen.
It's
Hey,
crazy.
There's gonna be
dude.
some shit coming up.
I know. I'm going to be getting ads for police scanners
Yep.
now, and I'm going to have to buy one. All right.
Dessert. Maybe a piece of apple pie or something. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not,
Old
sweet
Faithful.
sweet tooth. I'm more like, like a pastry kind of guy with some fruit.
Okay.
But chocolate, ice cream, and shit like that.
Keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want it.
That's good.
Slice of pie, dude.
All right. Second to last question is probably the most telling. If you're getting ready to go on a road trip, what is your snack of choice?
On a road trip?
Yeah. Like if you're over wherever you are in the military, you can get a box of some snacks. What would be, the one thing you'd ask for?
What do we get sent a lot of? Slim Jims, I think it was. But a lot of that shit, like we got a lot of stuff. Like we got like Otis Spunkmeyer cookies and shit.
That's fine. But what is like your last choice?
If I'm going somewhere tomorrow,
yeah.
an Adderall. No.
It's the best to go on a car ride.
Dude, one of those, you don't eat nothing. You don't stop.
you don't eat nothing.
That's all.
You'll drive a whole way.
Cheez-Its, man.
Cheez-Its?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hot and spicy ones.
It's
They're
wild
good.
because you would think I'd say like I said, you're going to be you're going to be 250. I'd say the most commonly picked snack is combos, which was a
Okay.
surprise for me. And then Cheez-Its is up there too. I'm a Cheez-Its guy.
I like combos. They need to figure out what's going on with their bag situation.
yeah. What do you mean?
Their bags. You ever open a combos bag?
No, because I
Terrible.
haven't had a combo since I was like,
Splits all the way down the side. Terrible.
come on.
Yeah, they got to figure something out with that.
ruins it.
But yeah, it does.
Okay. All right. Last question. If you could have a conversation with anyone alive or dead, who would it be and why?
Oh boy. What do I even talk about? Who do I want to talk to? Oh, you know what? Who I would talk to? Anthony Bourdain. I think he was one of the coolest. That was a cool dude to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
World traveler.
Yeah, he's been picked
Dude.
on here a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of people pick him for sure, and it's understandable for sure. Just like
He's
a
a
raw
cool
dude,
dude.
raw
He wa-
dude,
yeah.
and that's a good choice for sure. Okay, I think that's it. I appreciate you coming over and talking to me about this. I appreciate you taking some
Absolutely,
time.
man.
You're already got some time. You already got time constraints, and then you're cutting out a couple more. Appreciate your wife and your kids for sharing some time with me as well. Take a second and promote what you do.
Oh, I just
Get all
I know.
get your posture straight.
I wasn't ready for this. I just I'm the guy. I guess I don't know. I run the
What do you want to go by? Pittsburgh Scanner.
Yeah, Pittsburgh
You're
Scanner.
the Pittsburgh
guy.
Scanner.
Yeah, run the account. Yeah, we just tweet out, the important and obscure we hear on that goes on in the city. That's all.
All right. You heard it here. First interview with the Pittsburgh Scanner. I love it. Everyone else that's listening, appreciate it as usual. Each and every week, we're back with another great guest doing great things in the city. If you want to support good people, follow the Pittsburgh Scanner at PGH_scanner on Twitter. Follow me everywhere at I'll Call You Right Back. If you want to support the show and you want to support the Pittsburgh Scanner, actually, if you want to support the Pittsburgh Scanner, tweet at him, tell him to get some merch out there, get on his ass about it, and then, we're going to go from there. Appreciate you listening. Call you right back.